Audio. Okay, we're being recorded. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me put this out here. My hair looks crazy.
This looks funny with the crystal.
The crystal water. Okay. Okay, wait, let me change that. Wait, where's the Make Our School Safe hat? Okay. Wait, still looks here. Does it look? Let me see. Can't see it.
You
Okay,
want a t-shirt?
here, where do I put this over?
There you go.
It's here. Go, staging.
There you go.
Okay. Okay. Good morning. Is that Amari?
Yeah,
Hi, how are you?
good.
Good. Okay, let me admit Roberto. Is your mom here today too?
Hold on.
Wait.
She's kind of busy.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Well, we are glad to have you join us. I think you logged on earlier, but we're here right now. Here's
Yeah.
Natal. There's Natal. Natal, you're probably going to have to mute yourself because there may be like a reverbification. And we've got Lori. Okay. And so we can just chat for a few minutes. Amari, how's everything going?
Good. I'm not moving. I'm in Cincinnati right now, so I'm here to see my other one. So I'm here for a little bit, but yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's
All right.
different.
I'm sure. Did you guys ever look into we were talking about before, the art scene in Portland?
Hold on. Can you say one more time?
Okay. Remember last time we talked about that we were talking about the art scene in Portland, how it's a really
Yeah.
big art community? Did you look into doing anything with any of those groups of people?
So one of them called me. They didn't call me back, but I just sent in some information, but no answer right now. So,
Okay, so when somebody doesn't answer, just keep on them. Don't wait for them sometimes to call you back, call again, and then, keep calling. You gotta be a little bit pushy,
Yeah. I think I know that area too, so that works for me too.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, because people get busy. It's not like that they're not interested. They just get busy and then they don't remember. So when you're in their face, then they'll
Mhm.
remember you. And
Okay.
sometimes you have to, maybe go to one of the art festivals where your artwork and, and then like show people, hey, this is who I am and this is what I do. And here's my story, and get people engaged.
Yeah, I know. I also want to I want to know in terms of the TikTok or something like that. So I'm asking some people how to do it because I don't know how to do it myself. So
Okay, Lori's a TikTok expert.
It's not really that hard. I think you have to have a story and then you have a constant theme. So for example, my story is, Alyssa and the tragedy and then starting Make Our School Safe. And then you can check out my TikTok. It's at Make Our School Safe _ and then you can see it's a constant theme. And then I think it's just, if you just have to really play with it and just get started. But I would say stick with your theme, because then people who really like that, whatever you're doing, then you're going to get your followers who are into what you're doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, can you send it to me? I'm trying to.
So
Do you
can
have
you
a chat? Do you have a chat thing?
Yeah. So can you kind of like, okay, here it is. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on, Charles.
Make our school safe _ on TikTok.
See,
I mean, honestly, so I've been on social media for 4 years,
mhm,
and I have the most followings on TikTok, like 9,000, I think.
mhm.
And it's just, you go viral really quickly.
Yeah.
Like my son, he's on TikTok. He like kissed this girl. He has over 1 million views on it.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
kind
it
of
could
funny
be,
because my first one I did when after my hospital I did a music, and I put on not even online, I put like how I'm doing again sometimes. So saw that one, but I knew, so it's like, this is my story, and with it, and my friends like, this is my beginning, you know.
right.
Yeah, so kind of do that. It's kind of like, so I saw you the text there. That
Yeah.
is it right there.
So on TikTok, because I'm not familiar with it. So if you like follow each other, then you'll see Amari's things, he'll see your things,
Mhm.
and then you can comment on that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you see what Lori does, then you can kind of, I guess, copy what she's doing, or take
Well,
like,
I would just say, honestly, if you really want to go to TikTok, pay a teenager to just spend like 2 hours with you and teach you how to do it. I mean, they're honestly the experts in this lane. But
Right.
it's extremely helpful, and it's just, you really can go viral very quickly. So I totally recommend it.
Mm,
okay, okay,
okay.
that's a really good tip. That's a great tip for the day, because, and that's true, kids know how to do this stuff because they're not afraid to push buttons and try the next step, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know that Diego, one of our other stores, he
Mhm.
gets all of his orders from TikTok. He does like all his normal stuff, and then he does a TikTok live, and then he sends on TikTok live, then he sends people to the store. And when he does it, because then the orders start coming in, which is really kind of a neat thing to do. So that's another thing that you guys can try. So
Okay.
we also have Natel here with us, and Natel has Green Turtle Teas. She took Green Turtle Teas actually over into the Bahamas, and she's actually making stuff on her own there. So we're not making this stuff for her here. And her website is mostly like a sales tool that they can see things, because she can sell to people over here in this country that will buy, but the people that are over there in the Bahamas, it's really hard to get stuff over there if they place an order, because of all, the shipping and the mailing and everything. So it's, you can have the store, it doesn't limit you from doing things on your own as well. Like Lori goes to the farmer's market, and she goes to different events and sells merchandise there as well as our fundraiser. So, and also it also gets your name out too. So, all right, so it is, let's see, Amari, Kelly is going to be on the call, and she actually just did an art festival, which was really neat. It was her first art festival
Yeah.
that she's done. And well, she'll tell you all about it. It was kind of exciting.
Yeah.
It was the Las Olas Art Festival, and that's pretty neat,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I need something like that too, because I don't really know.
Right. Well, you could do that. You could do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happens like in the winter time in Portland. I don't know if they have so many festivals then, but maybe they have indoor ones. I'm
Hmm.
sure you can't do them outside in the freezing cold. Is it cold there now?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. When I go back, I can probably see around where I can go. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So let's see if anybody else, we have 5. Who else is coming in? Here comes Kelly. Hi, Kelly. You're our star today.
Dress for that, Meryl.
You're painting.
Painting, trying to multitask.
Nice, nice, nice. We are just telling Omari that you were in the art festival, and maybe when we start the class in a couple minutes, Roberto's going to talk first. Kelly has to leave a little bit early, so I do want Kelly to talk about how her art, how she promotes her art also at the art festival and what happened there for her and all that good stuff. So we've got 1 minute to start our class today. And
Hey,
then, what's that?
I said, hi, Lori.
Hey, Kelly.
How are you?
Good.
And then I'm going to go over a bunch of questions. Here comes Michael. Okay. Okay. Hey, Michael, how are you? Hi, Michael, welcome. Welcome to our beautiful Saturday morning.
Hey, how are you? Good morning.
Good, 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 good. Okay, so we were talking about that Kelly was at the art festival and Omari is in Portland, and he's got we want to see his artwork displayed there. And we have
I've
the
been meaning to stop by over there and talk some business.
Okay. Okay. We're here. We're here. I wish I could, actually, I don't want to show you what this place looks like. We have boxes and boxes and boxes all over the place of apparel and printing and well, one of the reasons is because I'm going to thank Gildan Apparel for all of their support that they've given to us, to Lori, for Make Our School Safe. And they just shipped over, here comes Lori. Here comes Kit. Hey, Kit. And they just shipped over to us about 650 t-shirts that we're going to be able to print on as a donation, as part of their donation to Make Our School Safe, and also helping to raise awareness. So Gildan, thank you, Gildan. And I can't also have this Masterminds class without thanking Deconetwork, who didn't know that that Roberto and I were starting this class when we started it. And okay, wait, here's Kim. Hey, Kim. Good morning, Kim. And Deconetwork didn't know that Roberto and I were starting this class. And basically it's based on the Deconetwork software. So when they picked up on it, they have been very supportive of it. And we've done a lot of interviews. They're kind of helping us to promote the class, and they're happy that we're doing it because we're also sharing it with Deconetwork and with other people that subscribe to Deconetwork. And it's just been really, really kind of great for Roberto and I to get the support from these big companies, and they recognize what we're all doing and what you guys are all doing. And it just makes me feel really good. And I'm really thankful. And I'm especially thankful that Gildan Apparel, a worldwide company with over 50,000 employees, knows about Make Our School Safe.
Yeah.
And
Thank
that-
you, Gildan.
That is really, really a cool thing, really a cool thing. So, okay, so I'm going to open it up with Roberto because he's got to leave a little bit early today. And Roberto is going to go over SEO. And so everybody, welcome to Masterminds number 10. It's October. And so we've done this now 10 times. We're being consistent, which is great. And that's part of business, is being consistent. So go ahead, Roberto, the floor, you got the floor. And we can't hear you. Do you need me to share this, do a share screen, or? Okay, we still can't hear you. Okay. All right, we have Itamar. Hello, how are you? You're muted. If you can unmute. Okay. Roberto, I'm gonna, there, Roberto, can you? We cannot hear you. You're logging on. Robert, looks like Roberto might be logging on again. Oh, there you are. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can't hear you, Roberto. Okay, so, right, Roberto was going to go over the SEO. Here he's coming in again, I think. Okay. And I guess he logged out. So first, Kelly, why don't you talk first? While Roberto's trying to, oh wait, here's Roberto. Okay. Okay. All right, Roberto, say something. He's connecting to audio. Okay, we should hear from the expert in a few minutes going over. No, Roberto? Okay, Kelly, why don't you talk till Roberto gets on, okay?
You just want me to tell you about my weekend last weekend?
Yeah, so Kelly was at the Las Olas Art Festival displaying her artwork. Okay, Roberto, can you talk?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Oh, there you are. Okay, all right, okay. All
Well,
right,
then
go ahead.
first.
Go ahead, Roberto. You're first.
I was starting to, no, please go ahead, Kelly. No? All right, so basically, as you well know, the whole thing about doing these classes is to help you guys, right? So Mara and I, we always talk about what's best for the program and what's best for you guys. So I wanted to take the time to actually go over some Q&A, but Q&A that you guys have questions, like what are your difficulties? What is it that you want to fix or do in your website? And I can maybe show you one or two things that you can do today or tomorrow during this week. And then you can follow up with me or with Meryl. And if you have more questions, because obviously is the mastermind, yes, is a fountain of a lot of information, but it also has to be practical, right? Because 10 months into this, we want you guys to succeed. And that's one of the reasons why we do it. So it's better if you just tell us, okay, I was trying to do this, I want to do this, or I'm having issues with this, right? I think we've done a couple of tutorials where we go into the basics. And I think that everybody should be aware of where the things are in the back end, right? But like I can go ahead and create a page, right? I can go ahead and change the content on the page. I can show you where the meta tags, meta descriptions, titles, and all those things are. But I would like to just go over one of the difficulties that you guys have so that it helps you and then it helps everybody that looks at the class, you know, because through doing customer support and customer, technical support and all that, I realized that most people do have similar questions and not everybody's going to ask them at the first, but everybody does benefit from the first question that everybody asks. Okay, so if you guys have any questions or, okay, Lori.
I have a question. So what do you feel is the best way to sell, like for example, like this t-shirt, right? If I just put a picture on social media, it's not going to be as interesting if I did like a video with the t-shirt. So what is your expert recommendation?
Okay, so marketing and advertisement, right? So advertisement is the vehicle by which you show your message, right? So is the ad. The marketing is by which you show your story, right? So advertisement for me is the ad you show, the product, and you focus on benefits, and the marketing is what you show the user experience and people using or being part of your movement, So obviously people have to relate with your brand because you don't sell t-shirts. It's not what you're selling. You're selling the support. You're selling people getting involved. By you showing other people being involved, then people relate to that. They want to be part of it. Especially if you use social media. I remember when I was heavily doing a lot of Facebook ads, one of the biggest audiences was friends of fans. Okay, because when you focus, you have already a fan base, right? You have 9,000 people in TikTok. I'm not sure how many you have on Facebook, but if you go ahead and do an ad and you focus on the friends of your fans, when you show that ad, it's gonna show Meryl likes this page, okay? Or Lori likes this page, and it's gonna show it to Meryl. So most likely you're gonna either like it, comment, or be more interested than just any other sponsor ad, you know? So that's huge, because the whole point about social media is for interconnectivity, right? You are able to gain the audience of based on likes, based on multiple different filters that you put. But the whole thing about social media is connections. So if you are able to show your ad to all of your friends of your following, is huge, because then you already have that third party endorsement that everybody can leverage, right? So yes, answering your question, you have to show, they say that for every 10 posts, one should be about selling, right? Well, that was a standard back 5, or more years ago. So if you're just posting about t-shirts, people are gonna end up zooming out, and they're gonna block you, or mentally they're gonna they know that it's just something about selling, and they're gonna scroll down. And the less engagement you get to your page, to your ads, to your post, the less and less Facebook is actually gonna reach, right? So the more engaged you have, the more Facebook or any social media is actually gonna increase the reach and showing. Okay, and especially if they actually do click or do comment or do like, they're gonna now naturally that's actually gonna appear on the friends feed, right? Lori liked this, and that's how you grow. That's why they say that in social media, and that's one of the biggest mistakes that people do when they're doing social media posts or they're doing social media ads. They tend to like a video to drag something from YouTube and put it on Facebook. That's the worst thing you can do, because Facebook doesn't like to take people outside Facebook and take them to YouTube. So if you're going to do a video, upload it into Facebook and don't have any links outside Facebook. Okay. Because they don't.
Are you saying that Facebook will show it to more people?
Yeah.
Because it's done in Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
And especially if you don't have any types of links to outside pages, they want to keep you engaged on their platform. Okay, so that's why when you're doing the 10 posts for every cell, the one cell obviously is a link to your website, but the other 10 should be images with comments, maybe tagging, or maybe just if you're doing an ad, just images with the brand or something that the kids are doing, an event that you participated on, that it doesn't have an outside link, just the image, and that's going to get a lot more reach than if you put the link to the event to take them outside. Okay, because it's just you're trying to reach as many people within Facebook without having to take them outside, and that Facebook is going to give you more credits, and it's going to actually expand it easier. Okay. That's something that we tested.
I've got a question, Robert. I got a question. So Lori has Make Our School Safe clubs in the high schools. Okay. And if those kids, so those kids would be they were fans, and then they must have 1,000 friends. So how does she reach out to get those kids by just posting something on Facebook to reach out to all their gazillions of friends that they have?
Yeah, but you are only going to be doing that through paid, not through organic. Okay, when you are paying for the ad, there's one audience that you can select, which is friends of fans. Okay, and that's going to actually tell you. And then the good thing is that when you select the friends of fans, it actually is going to allow you to select age, different demographics that, let's say that if you're targeting kids, right, or teenagers, then you put friends of fans, but only girls from 14 to 18, So, and then if you post something without a link, it's gonna be a lot cheaper. Your ad is gonna be a lot cheaper to show to that demographic that if you put a link on it to take them outside the platform. Okay, so there's a lot of different things that you can do, right? There's a lot of, but then it becomes a big rabbit hole that you have to go through, because you have to go and create one of these ads, look at it for a couple of days, maybe change your demographic, create a different one, create like 3 or 4, so that if you're showing this to all the friends of the fans, it has to have a purpose, right? So you're showing them events, you're showing them people engaging, you're showing them, and then you're showing them to join you, to like the page. And so those are actually the best way to get new likes, to get new people to engage with your page. Because when we did a test, and this is already like a little bit ago, right? We realized that by keeping ads that don't have links and showing it to friends of fans, and then asking them to like the page, we would get a lot of likes, right? Because we're not taking them outside Facebook. We're asking them to engage with our page, and the ads were very user experience like, okay? They were very like, oh, we were doing the Greater Fort Lauderdale tourism commerce department, I think it was, okay? And we were doing ads for the people to come to South Florida, okay, to Fort Lauderdale most specifically. And we were showing to friends of fans for them to engage with the page, to come and visit South Florida, right? So people started liking a lot of things. We posted videos, we posted images, but none of them had links outside. Now, once we launched those campaigns, we saw that every time that we would post organically on the page, the reach went from a couple thousand people to tens of thousands of people.
Wow.
Just because we were paying also for that engagement. But we weren't putting any links on any of the pages. We were showing them videos, we were showing them images are huge, right? Especially like memes, because then you can put some text on it. And remember, when you put an image on an ad or organic, Google or Facebook tells you that 20% of the image should be about text, right? Should be text. Okay, so that's one of the rules that they like keeping, especially on ads, because they don't want you to put big words so that misses the message. The message should be the image, not what you write on it. Okay, that's why they keep 20% of it just allowed as text. Okay, so but if you put pictures of events, pictures of people, pictures of people doing things, and then videos, we find that videos work 10 times better, because especially like 15-second, 35-second, 45-second videos, they work great for the ads. And then organically, you would put the 5-minute ones. Okay, because you had a much greater chance for them to look the whole video than if you didn't do that. Okay, and then again, the videos didn't actually had a link. Okay, now the 1 out of 10 posts that we did that did have a link, it was very salesy. It was very like, click here and do this, nothing more. But because you got all the engagement with all the organic links and posts, all the posts, all the ads without the links, so you had a lot of momentum. And it's actually called EdgeRank. Okay, EdgeRank is the algorithm for Facebook. Google has its own ranking algorithm. EdgeRank is the one that Google implemented, because people that had 1 million followers, that would post 30 times a day, and 1 million people would get it. But then when people started liking thousands of pages, whose post actually shows first? And that's why they implemented that. If people engage with their post, then they're going to see more of that page. If they don't engage with the post, that page slowly would go lower and lower and lower and lower in the feed, so that people would actually never see their post. Okay, and that's the natural selection of links of posts on social media, you know. So the more you make them engage, and even if you have to pay for ads, then when you post, it's more likely that people are going to see your organic post. Okay, I hope that
So I have,
that actually
I
makes
have,
sense.
I have a question. I want to insert something here. So the point is to get sales. So yes, likes and all that kind of stuff and comments and everything are great, but the whole point is to get sales. So there has to be certain types of messages or ways to get out to the people, that if you're getting all these people to, you know, to translate into a sale.
Mhm.
So what are the best, or how do we find the keywords or the expressions to use that would best convert to a sale? You have 10,000 people liking you, but is anybody buying?
Yeah, but the problem is where you only do an audience, or you only focus on branding ads, right? So for me, I do the 80-20 rule, right? 20% is for audience, 80% is for links, for clicking outside. Because I just told you, if you pay for an audience that is your friends of fans, you're gonna pay a lot less for much more people, much more eyeballs. So let's say you're spending $100 a month, right? So you put $20 for branding, which is fans of friends, and you put images and you tell them to like your page, and that's gonna take your reach from a couple of thousand to a couple 10,000s of people, right? So now when you put a post, it's like if you almost pay those $20 on extra for the clicks for the actual links, because now you just increased tremendously the amount of people. So if before with $100 you were reaching 10,000 people, okay, or not even, probably, you know, yeah, let's say 10,000 people. Now, if you do this strategy, you're going to be on the 20s, 30s of thousands, and then you're going to reach a lot more people with the same money. So it's not just about, you have to know the system in order to make the strategy, right? So if you're posting just links, sell, two things are going to happen. The first thing that I said, people are going to mentally block you, and they're going to just skip your ads because they know that it's just about t-shirts. But if they start seeing, oh, this is about this movement, about keeping kids safe, and there's a new event that they did, and now I start seeing that my friend Meryl likes this page, so let me click and take a look at it. I'm much more engaged as a consumer than for the next time that I see your ad to click on a page and buy a t-shirt, I might actually do it.
Mhm.
You know, because the thing about social media is not about selling. It's about knowing why the social media is there, is to create connections, is to show people what other people likes, is to show, you know, a lot of different things. It's not just to show ads. And yes, you can also,
Isn't it also like, you know, if Lori's wearing it, then I want it. Like if Kim Kardashian is wearing it, then I want it, you know, that kind of a thing. If somebody else has it, I want it. Isn't that, to me, is what I think social media is about? If somebody else has it and I want it, they look good in it, I want to look good in it, they care about this cause, I want to care about this cause. Isn't
but
it like
that's
that connection that you have?
right. And that's why you have to focus into the friends of your fans, because now whenever you do an ad, it's going to show that your friend likes this page, and you're most likely to like it too.
Is that the paying of the ads is the only way that you can get to the friends of the fans?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi guys, this is Kimberly. I just wanted to jump in. Thank you, Roberto. This is all extremely valuable information, very important. One of the things also to remember is that social media is very, if you're looking at your marketing funnel, and Roberto, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're looking at your sales funnel, this is top of funnel. And you have to move your audience, whether they're, even if they're friends of fans, you still have to move them from that top part of the funnel, which is awareness, down to consideration, and from consideration into purchase intent. So it's still a process. It's not instantaneous, because they want to get to know your brand. They want to make sure that you're trusted. Even if you are a friend of a friend, you still have to prove your value to that particular person, because again, it's awareness, and you're starting out at the very tippy top of that funnel, and you have to convince people to go from awareness into consideration. Hey, Make Our School Safe has an amazing message, and I like what they're doing. What do I need to do to join the movement? And not just join the movement, but promote it and advocate for it. So then that pushes them down into whether it's purchase intent or whether they become now an advocate of Make Our School Safe. Hi, Lori. Sorry, I didn't mean to pick you out and poke at you, Lori, but
Yeah, okay. All good.
you're sitting there. But yeah, so I think that that's really important. And Roberto, if I'm wrong, just, let me know. But it's really just, we're moving them from one stage of the purchase funnel to the next.
Right, right.
And
right.
that's actually,
Sometimes, I was gonna say,
Go ahead,
sometimes you
Karen.
don't know. Yeah, I mean, you can get an organic person that's gonna be a fan, and they can have, you don't even know who they are sometimes, that you don't know who their friends are, but their friends could really, really push your brand. Right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But, again, it's sort of, all right, so I'll use another example. When people come here to this country for the first time, they may not be aware of, I'll use Tide as an example, but they learn what that brand is. They learn what Tide is. They hear the commercials. Then they might meet some people in the grocery store who they see picking up Tide, and they might ask questions. How does this clean my clothes? Does it smell good? Will I be allergic? Whatever the questions might be. But they still might take some time before they decide to become a Tide user. So it's just, again, it's that convincing and conviction. That's what we're doing. It's convincing them of our value and giving them the conviction that they are now advocates for us. So it takes a minute. And, again, piggybacking on what Roberta was saying, having that paid campaign helps you get to that group. You can target them quicker because you're able to pick out your audiences. Once you do have that paid budget, you can talk to them more quickly than if you go the organic route, but you're still top of funnel.
Right.
So you're not coming, even if you pay for those, unless, and this is a caveat, unless you pay specifically when you're picking out your audiences for people who, if you're paying for conversions, if you make that your tactic and you're putting down, I want to make sure that the people that I'm getting already know who I am, may have bought something similar to what I have to offer and are ready to buy. And I want to make sure that I'm in front of those people. Now you're going to pay more for those people. So rather than going from, say, paying cents on the dollar to get that audience, now you're paying maybe $6, $7, $10, $20 to specifically find people who are ready to buy. So again, I will defer to Roberto because, he's the expert.
Well, bottom line, you do need a marketing budget to make a dent in what you're doing. A lot of people think if you just build it, they're going to come, but these companies like Tide, and I say this all the time, they're still in your face. They're still advertising. They're still spending money on advertising. They spend money in the grocery stores to be on the shelves at a certain level. They spend money on television ads. They spend money on handing out free coupons, and they spend money on little samples at events. So, you have this gigantic company who still has to be in your face for that trust factor, like that you're saying, Kim. So it's a constant. So if you start a business, you start a brand, you start a nonprofit, you start a website where you're trying to sell, you have to have a budget for advertising. And social media advertising is the cost is not a whole lot compared to the cost of a billboard on on the highway.
Mhm.
So keep that in mind, everybody, like, to get out to your customer, to get out to your customer base, it's not just you sit back and then they come to you. You need to reach out to them.
Yep,
Amen to that.
that's exactly it.
Right,
And
right.
also remember something, right? I want to add to what Kimberly was saying, because when I say the ads for branding or showing them 10 ads or 10 posts and one is about sell, it's because you have to work them through the funnel. Okay. One of the strategies that we use, and we're very successful at it, is once you start increasing your reach, once you start being in front of your friends or fans, right? You have to show them, you have different types of videos that you show them based on how deep in your funnel you are. And there's filters that you create an audience based on who watch what video. So let's say I have my top of funnel people, right? Everybody who seen my branding ads, right? And then I show them the first video. Now, for those that saw more than 75% or 50% of that video, then I'm going to show them the second video. And it's almost like it trickles down, because if I have 100,000 here, I'm going to have 1,000 people or 10,000 people that watch my video. And then I'm going to have 1,000 people that saw my second video. And by the time that I get to the one that I'm going to show them the link to go and buy, it's more likely that they're ready, So you have that ability. Not people, I mean, I don't think many people use it, right? Because they just focus on the ad, the billboard ad, but they don't have that strategy about, this is the first video I want you to watch, this is the second video I want you to watch, and this is the third video I want you to watch. And now you can go and buy this product. Because if you already saw first, second, third video, or first and second video, or even the first video, is a better, the person is warmer to your brand, to your product, to your service, and they're ready. Like in Lori's case, if you show them, images and videos of what you guys do, the events and everything else, then one of the videos is, how can I help? How can I get involved? If somebody watches 80% of that video, they're ready to come into something that you ask them to do, because now they're ready, they're warm up. They already got all the third-party endorsement from the friends, they saw plenty of images. Now if I get to see 80% of how I can make a change along with you, then buying a t-shirt is the byproduct of me just supporting you. It's not about buying the t-shirt. It's like, why would I buy this t-shirt? Oh, I want to get engaged. I want to get involved. I want to give you my time. I give you, what Ray was saying and on the talk that he had, your treasure, your time or your talent. So you ask them for those three. And obviously for you, it's not only about the t-shirt, it's not only about the money, it's also about getting the support. Because even if you get them to use one little badge on their image, that's going to create more intrigue and questions from friends, like, what is this about? And then you can refer them to, So there has to be a logical train of thought as to why you're showing them the things that they're going to watch and when they're ready to watch it, right? If you're going to show me a 30-minute on how I can support you, I'm going to skip it. But if I already saw the first minute, the first minute and then the 5-minute and then the 30-minute, then I'm ready to buy whatever you want to sell me or be part of your group, So that's how you progress them into your funnel, into a soft conversion, a hard conversion, right? A soft conversion is saying anything small that you want them to do. A hard conversion is usually monetary or like a commitment. The bigger the commitment, the bigger the conversion. So, and as long as you track it.
I have a question.
Sure.
I have a question. So like in terms of like how long should I have it? Like for like 10 minutes or like I know for myself, like I see the movie on TV and I like I need something else to watch. So, but like how long I should take it? Like 10 minutes, more of it than that, or like some or like a the morning like sorry the when you movie like it's middle middle it's in my head sometimes, sorry guys.
Okay.
Like how I guess how long I should have like how long I should like the storyline and also the music and stuff like that. How like long was it? How long I should
You're talking about the video, right?
the video,
So,
yeah.
so usually there's this format that we like using because it's easier for anybody to edit, okay, which is the hamburger one, okay, where you have an intro, you have an outro, and you have a middle, right? And then once you have those three elements, you just swipe the middle one and swipe the middle one. And the intro is usually maybe a couple of seconds. Now, depending on what type of video you want to do, if it's for a commercial, then anything between 15 to 45 seconds is more than enough. Okay, if you're doing a tutorial, anything between 3 to 5 minutes should be enough, because people are not ready to invest more than that time. If it's about an event or a webinar, then you are talking about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, right? I've seen people doing a 90-minute webinar, but then it's very structural, because when you see, I usually skip the first 15 minutes because it's about them positioning why they're doing this and why you should listen, and the last 30 minutes because it's about they selling the stuff that they wanted to give you. I usually just listen between minute 15 to minute 45, and then everything else is just a sales pitch, right? So because they have to keep you engaged. So depending on the type of video, there's different types of formats and structures that you can even look. And the best way to look to learn about this is find somebody that is already doing the video that you want and really analyze it. Like, listen to what they're saying the first 5 minutes, the first 15 seconds, and then write it down, because now you have a structure, right? If you listen to a webinar, most of the time you're gonna see, okay, the 15 minutes was just a presentation about them, their life, their work, all that stuff, right? And why they're so great and why I should listen to them.
Okay.
And then, they're gonna give me the reason why I was there, why they convert me, and then they're gonna try to sell me something.
You know what, I see that
is
a lot where people do these videos, and it's usually stuff that I'm interested in, because I'll go onto YouTube and I want to find something, and then they talk about nothing for the first 5 minutes, and I get so bored because I actually get angry. I'm like I don't want to hear what happened to your next door neighbor. I want to know about how you put makeup on. I want to know exactly what you do. Just tell me so I can do it myself, and that's it. So I actually I'll go to the next one. I'll find somebody that is just getting right to the meat of what we're talking about. And yeah, so that's what I like. But other people, they kind of like that little bit of bullshit.
Can I add in something real quick?
Sure.
So I had an opportunity to sell timeshare in Orlando, Florida. I don't know if you guys are familiar with timeshare, but it's considered like some of the hardest sales that you can possibly do, because you're literally selling a dream.
30% conversion.
Yeah, so we did have a 4-step system, and like Mara mentioned, we would have customers or clients who we will still make them go through the process, except quicker, depending on who the person is. Now this is face-to-face, not a video, so I guess you can't really pick and choose. I guess the person, if you're watching a video, you're in charge to skip it, whatever else. But what I'm saying is that it was a really, really hard sell, and you had to gain the person's trust. But to get to the point, it depends on the individual. Some individual, they already know what they want and what they need, so they just want to get to the point. But we were selling people blindly as well from scratch, and you did have to put them through a process. Now, we always recommend going through the process, because you don't really know who's who, and some people, and to get to the 4-step process, number one was to gain trust. So personally, you would have people who kind of rush to the first part, but if you don't trust me, you're not going to buy from me anyway. So I want to gain some type of trust some way, shape, or form, because without that, there's nothing. People buy from who they like anyways. So first was the trust. Second part is the need. There has to be a need. There has to be a reason why I need this product, or whatever the case is. And if it's in t-shirt form, I guess, there has to be like a need for that style or that type, or, that message that you're trying to get across. Next was to help be able to, get the person to get whatever it is they're trying to, get them to their destination, that place that they want to get to. So trust, need help. And last was hurry, because like I said, again, in timeshare, you selling people $40,000 worth of products, they're going home with a dream. They're not going home with a car or anything like that. They're going home with an idea that, hey, that's worth 40,000. So you had to build a lot of value, but you had to hurry up, because when it comes to spending money, you have to get it while it's hot. Like while that person is interested, while they're on that peak, you have to get the money there and then, because I can promise you, once they get to go home and think about it, they're going to change their mind.
Yeah,
I don't care if it's $10 or $20 or $20,000. They're going to come up with some type of reason. You know what? The daycare bill is coming up. I don't really want this thing no more. So yes, I don't want to push you, but if I feel like you're interested in it, I'm going to ask for the money. And once I get the money, now the ball's in my court. So trust, need help, and then hurry. Hurry, that means get the money, get the cash.
Mhm.
Right, right.
They say that a sale is made when the value of the service is greater than what you value the money in your hand, right?
Wait,
So
Correct.
say that again,
Because
Roberta?
at that point, the money don't even matter.
yeah,
You're literally selling value.
exactly. When the
Right.
value of the product is greater than the value of the paper in your hand. So
Right,
if you
right.
want that more than when you want to keep your money, then you give it, then there's a transaction. That's why going back to our core here, it's not about the t-shirt. It's not about the $20 they're going to spend on a t-shirt. It's about what they make of that t-shirt. Is it a byproduct of supporting a cause like Lori's? Is it a byproduct of feeling really extremely cool because they're a memento mori type of person that they want to say F you everybody and I'm living my life, because that's the sign they wear.
Mhm.
That is greater than $25 they're going to spend on a t-shirt. But how
Right.
you make it, how you get to them, and how you put it in front of them. Because the three things about marketing is knowing what you sell, knowing who wants it, and put it in front of it. So that's really it. If you know how to do those three things, you can sell anything.
Mhm. Right.
So,
Right.
and actually going back to the question from Omar, and also to answer something that Meryl said, usually when it's a tutorial, right, a video tutorial, on the first 15 seconds, the guy is going to say, hi, my name is so-and-so. I'm going to help you find out how to do this in the next 5 minutes. Then they go a little bit and they're going to tell you who they are, what they're doing it, right? So the first 15 seconds or the first 5 seconds, you have to tell them exactly why they should watch the video. Then you're going to introduce yourself for those that don't know you, give a little bit about why they need to listen to you, who you are, or what the service is, and then go ahead into the explanation. And then when you close, you tell them, please, and if you enjoy this, like or share or subscribe, because now you're growing your following. So you have to watch many videos and start writing down like the structure they use, even the seconds they use, because that matters. Okay. People like, I don't know, Gary Vaynerchuk, right? He's a brilliant social media guy, right? Man, everybody flew out of my head. But if you follow anybody who's anybody on social media, start watching and start dissecting their videos, like the structure of them, and then do the same. That's it.
He's a great example.
Right.
So
Right.
if
Right.
anybody hasn't followed Gary Vee, you definitely should. I'll also say that in addition, we've talked a lot about digital media and specifically social, but actually Meryl and I were chatting about this earlier. There are traditional forms of media that are readily available to you. There are free channels that you could use, free platforms that are available. to work on your lead capture. So getting email addresses, making sure that people are open to receiving emails from you. You can get a MailChimp account or Constant Contact, or even HubSpot has free options as well for email campaigns that you can maintain contact with people who've already established contact with you and maintain that conversation. So when you have new designs that are ready to come out, you can let them know, hey, you know, there's no penalty for driving them to your website in an email campaign. There's no penalty for that.
Can I comment? Can I comment on that? I'm going to show you guys when we get to the second half, when I'm showing you about the stores. So on the front of the stores, there is an email capture, and that actually goes into the back end that the store owners have. Obviously, you all have access to them. Some go in there more than others, and you will have that list of those people that you can email to easily. So they want to hear from you. Don't think that they don't want to hear from you. If they put their name in there, they want to know if there's going to be a special. Usually it's a coupon, a special, or whatever it is, or any information. Like in Lori's case, it would be, you know, what her accomplishments have been. They want to know what she has done, and as far as her mission has gone. Like, let's say if Amari has an art show, or Kelly's art show, they want to hear from you. So don't be afraid to email the people that sign up for your email list. That's like, you're capturing them. And lead generation, Roberto and I went through years of classes. They all talk, that's what they talk about. I'm sure Kim, I'm sure you have, for Michael. I mean, that lead, especially with selling timeshares, lead generation is, I mean, it's valuable. It has a value to it. So don't forget that. Don't forget that. There's my grandson, Colton. Probably wearing one of our t-shirts. Hi, sweetheart. Probably wearing one of our t-shirts.
Of course.
So anyway, okay. So, yeah. Does anybody else have any questions? Or Roberto, continue. I didn't mean to interrupt you, which I
No. Actually, I think we went over a lot of different things that we weren't planning on, but I hope it was of value to you guys.
Yes.
If you guys have any particular questions about the website, the structure of the page, always think about the message. Okay, if you and I actually did this yesterday because I'm planning a new platform, right? So I call 3 friends who were not technical people. They're users. They, regular random people. My test group. Okay, and I started saying, "What do you feel if I show you this?" And I went and a message through WhatsApp, and they had no idea why I was showing them this. I was just getting pure information out of them. And at the end, I explained them, and it's like, "Oh yeah, I like this one," and now they get it. But I couldn't actually explain them first, because when somebody looks at your brand, your logo, your video, your image, they have to get it without you having to explain them 5 minutes. Okay. Right. If they don't, then no one is, it makes sense to you, right? It makes sense to the people that are involved on the project, but do regular, normal people, random people would get it on the 5 seconds that you have just to impress them, or to actually make them realize what it is without you having to explain 5 seconds? I'm from the art world. I went to FIU, to the photography program, and one of my favorite professors said, if you have to explain your picture, you're buying coffee to everybody. So we would have critiques every Monday, and thank God I never had to buy a coffee to anybody, but people did, because they would be in front of the classroom and say, "Oh, this picture is about this, 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 and this," and they would spend 15 minutes, and then people were like, "I don't get it." So get used to whatever you are gonna put, a campaign, a new website, a logo, an image, a banner, pass it through people. I mean, it takes you 5 minutes. You're gonna spend hours on this thing. Might as well get the impression of somebody before you actually spend the time, and just see if they're within your demographics, or if it's like Lori, show it to your kids, have your kids show it to their kids, whatever. you have plenty of focus groups that you can use, because you only have seconds for people to realize what exactly you want, or just to ignite that, oh yeah, let me see what this is about. You know, is it interesting enough? Are the colors okay? Is the text even bigger? I realize that most websites have tiny little text because we try to cramp everything inside. And once I show it to my mom, I was like, I cannot even read it. I'm like, okay, that's good to know, because I'm thinking, okay, this is the best website I ever designed. No, it wasn't, because my demographic couldn't even read the thing. So that's why, if you're doing an image, you know, if you're doing a new campaign, if you're planning a banner, if you're designing a t-shirt, send it to your group, have 10 people that you can send an email, and then wait a day and then start working on it, right? I mean, that's a really good advice, because
Yeah.
I do it all the time.
You know, these focus groups, I don't know if any of you all have ever been in a focus group, but they're actually really neat. So I've actually joined a couple focus groups because well, those who know me, I like to get into things and I like to experience it, and then I can learn it myself to understand it. So, and I have to do it, because that's how I learn, is by doing. So when you go into a focus group, you can kind of see how they operate and what questions they ask you. You'd really know nothing about the product. You're just acting on your impulse.
Yeah.
Acting on impulse is really how you get to somebody, is their response to an impulse.
Mhm.
So plus they give you like $100 and free, you know, fruit and candy bars and stuff like that, which makes it a little bit more fun. But you can see, and it's really interesting to look at how other people are looking, how you're reacting, and then you're sitting at a table, and a lot of times you're with more people and you see how they react, like what Roberta, what you're saying about the same thing. So it's a really good way to, it's a good school to go to experience it. But what you said about showing them the website. So when we first started MakeATeeOnline, I did that with other people of all age groups, all demographics, and I just put the website in front of them, that are one of our first designs of the website, in front of them. And first thing I noticed was that men scrolled. They did not look at that picture. That was so important to me, that first picture. They didn't even look at that. Like, no, go back. And then I'm like, no, don't say anything. Let them go through it. Let them go through it. But man, they just scroll. They just scroll. And women study. That was my, maybe I shouldn't be saying this. Maybe it's too sexist to say it, but that's what I noticed. So I had to keep that in mind. So who were we targeting? Does the website look too pretty? Is the guy who who rides motorcycles, is he going to look at this site, or is it just going to be the moms with little girls that are going to look at the site? You know, who is this going to attract? How do we get the right color scheme that everybody would like it, everybody would feel comfortable? And that was, Roberto and I went through a lot of process with that. We heard the first one was like dark and sexy looking, and then it was like, you know, happy and gold sparkles and everything. And, you know, and then we kind of landed on the color scheme. I could change it. We could change it at any time, you know, whatever it is that we feel is working, or, you know, or working for us. So going through these testing stages are really, really important. Roberto, how long are you able to stay on?
Just a few minutes more.
Oh, okay.
Something very important, guys, is the easiest, fastest way to test something, and we're doing it right now at the company, is put ads behind it. Okay, you have an idea, put $20 behind it. Let it be shown. Let people see it. If people agree, disagree, like, don't like, they're gonna click. And if they don't click, it's gonna bump. Don't put more money into it, right? $20 for social media would buy you over 1,000 views, you know, probably 10,000. Okay, so that's for me, that's actually pretty good size to know whether it's gonna bump or not. It's not gonna bump. Okay, and it's super quick. It's like a day. So instead of, if you don't wanna, you know, call people or send emails, just put an ad, put $10, $20, let it out. If people actually do resonate, like, engage, then it's a winning. then put another one, next week and see how this one responds. And you can do it with whatever budget you have, but it's better to do that than to you see with advertisement and everything else. It's not about you, it's about the people you sell to, right? So as long as you target to those people and let them respond to you, what is it that they like? Like in Meryl's case, she's very lucky because she talks with everybody every time they come in. So it's like, exactly what they want, what they don't want, what you actually change your products because of that feedback, which is big. That way you can actually pivot really quickly, right? And especially nowadays, you have to be very fast, and trends are, they shouldn't mandate what you do, but you always should listen to it, because there might be some tweaks that you need to do, so anyways, I'm gonna actually head off because I'm supposed to be at 12 in this other group, so I'm gonna give myself a couple of minutes to get prepared. So thank you guys. Meryl, always a
Thank you,
pleasure.
Roberto. Thank you,
I hope this
Roberto.
information is
As
of value
always.
to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
As always,
And
Roberto, you're awesome. I love you, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Likewise. Take care.
So I'm going to show you guys, Roberto's great, and anybody that wants to reach out to him, let me know. And he is, he's always, he's a part of our business and a part of everybody's web stores. So anybody that needs to reach out to Roberto. We had on our last, since we've started Apparel Masterminds, we've had a couple really great people that, well, I think they're great people that were able to speak to all of you and to the people that watch on YouTube. And one of them was, I don't know if you remember when Ray Perez was on, he had such great energy and was helping people with branding, answering questions, and gave a lot of people I know that he gave Lori a lot of good advice when Ray was telling you how to even speak to people. And Ray's going to come back on to one of our classes next, maybe December or sometime early next year. And also one of my very good friends promised to come on, Gigi. She is the account exec for Papa John's Pizza. And so she has a ton of marketing experience and she's a great person. So I just have to grab her and get her. But I was talking to her yesterday and she promised that she would come on and talk about marketing. And then of course, Victor, who has come on a couple times from the owner of OmniPrint, and he's on a marketing adventure. So he's learning all about marketing and about dealing with people and how to scale the business and how to grow the business. And he will be on again as well. So I'm looking forward to these more engaging, not that I'm not engaging enough, guys, but more engaging and more useful and important Apparel Masterminds classes that you all can learn from. And Michael, if you ever want to speak, that would be great. Also, I know that Kimberly has spoken, so you're all welcome. So, it's kind of neat. So in this class right now, Michael is a marketing person, Kim is a marketing person, Roberto is the techie person, and I try to think of myself as a good marketing person as well. So one of the things I want to share with you guys is a couple of the things that we are doing besides doing the social media. Because yes, we do that and we need to do it. And we love to do it, but there's other things too. So we're going to be bringing back our t-shirt contest for the kids. So what we do with the t-shirt contest and how that started was that it's in our community. It's localized because the kids actually have to come to the event and display their shirts. And we put out this contest. We put out a theme for them to color a picture, and then that picture gets chosen amongst all the other entries into our t-shirt design contest. And of course we have categories for certain age groups, and then we choose the finalists and we print shirts for the finalists with their picture on it, which of course all the kids love that. I can't tell you how much they love that. And they also get awards and they get a backpack and they get goodies inside. and they get a coupon for an ice cream, and all these different things it's a very localized event, very localized event. But what we did, and Kim's gonna love this, what we did was we put the voting on Facebook. Now, when we put the vote, well, we had this for years. We had it, I think, maybe 7 years, and everybody would go to the event, and then they would see the shirts in person and then pick which t-shirt they liked best. And yeah, it was a popularity contest, but it was a fun thing. And then when we put it on Facebook, the voting, we had people from all over the world that were voting. We had like 7,000 votes for this t-shirt contest. It was insane. It was insane. We had to tally up all the votes. It's easier on Facebook because it's easier to count, the numbers right there, how many people liked it. All they had to do is like it. But we got so many likes and hits on our Facebook page because of this contest. So then we did it the following year. And then we did it the following year, but unfortunately COVID hit and I wasn't able to complete the contest the normal way that we did it by having a t-shirt fashion show. But the kids would come here to the office. They all got their awards. They all got their stuff. They were all happy. And of course we got the votes. And then now we're going to get the chance to do it again this year. So I'm super excited about doing it again this year. And I know that the kids have gotten so used to having this contest that it's become so important to them. I was actually blown away by how important this was to the kids. I couldn't even believe it when the parents, I had a mother who just came in the other day and asked me if I had to give her something that we had here from her child because she was going to high school and she was using her win as a recommendation to be able to be accepted into the art program at this new high school. And she just didn't have the entry form that I had supplied for that. So, which was years before. So that was like a pretty neat thing. So when the parents and the kids take what we're doing so seriously and doing stuff for your children, when you do stuff with kids, it is so important. The parents will do anything for their children. They'll do anything for their children. And it really helped our like just awareness of what we do here. And yeah, we print the shirts and we give the shirts free to the kids and they wear them and they love them. But when you give, you get. And it came back to us in the form of positive marketing, positive advertising, and positive awareness of all of the things that we do here at MakeATeeOnline and Type Styles. So another thing that we do, we just started sponsoring a podcast. And the podcast is called Bothering the Band. It's a totally different thing from, let's say, another brand. And it's one of our customers who has a kind of offbeat web store with us called Coyote Blood, and he actually is a writer, and his stuff is so you have to like his stuff. It's a specific demographic that likes his stuff. So Bothering the Band is a podcast, and he interviews bands. Now, some of the bands I've never heard of. Maybe Amari's heard of them. I don't know. I don't know. He's younger. Maybe Stephanie's heard of them. Natelle, maybe you've heard of them. I don't know. But some of them are like individuals and some are band members. And he just asks them these off the wall questions. But he's got like, a couple thousand people plus that listen to this podcast. So we became a sponsor of Bothering the Band, and we created a Bothering the Band web store for him. And guess what? He's selling because he's out there online, and he's got all these people, and he's even bringing up his base of people that he's interviewing. So there's other ways to market and to get involved by sponsoring something. And now with the holidays coming up soon, and yeah, they're coming up like really soon. So believe it or not, it's the end of the year, guys. And these holidays are just it's gonna be January, and you'll be like, oh my God, I cannot believe, that it is 2022. So we have to think, actually, we should have thought months ago about the holidays and how we are going to, maybe give away a free goodie, as opposed to sometimes discounts, everybody wants a coupon code. So, you know, anybody can get 10% off on your product, but giving them something with your name on it, even if it's a sticker or anything, helps to promote your brand. If you look at,
Can I
yes.
make a suggestion?
Mhm.
Even on Instagram, if you do a contest and you're gonna give away a free t-shirt, but if you say like your hashtag, like make our school safe on Instagram, tag 3 friends, and then your name will be entered into the contest. And then after like 10 days, you pull a winner and then announce the winner on your Instagram. It's a good way to get more following and then you're giving away the t-shirt.
Right. And Lori's given away things like golf carts. She's got, she gave away a golf cart. Like she's gotten some big gifts to give away, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool to be able to do that. Okay, so let's go now. Now I really kind of wanted Roberto to see this, but he didn't really see this because he had to log off. Wait a second here. Let me do my share screen here. Okay, let's share the screen. Does anybody have any questions while I am looking for my share screen here? Anybody have any questions for me? Okay, all right, okay, so these are 2 designs. Can you guys see this? Can somebody respond to me? Can you guys see this? See my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, all right, so I'm going to go into, okay, but this was not the one I had. Okay, don't be an procrastinator. Okay, all right, so we had some questions. This was our last class. We had some questions, and I'm going to go into the questions, and then I'm going to go show you guys something that we did on one of the stores. And okay, the chat, thank you, Roberto. Okay. Okay, so one of the questions was about, this is coming from from one of our store owners, and her name is Karen, and her store is Liquid Blue Apparel. So she doesn't, even though it's Liquid Blue Apparel, sounds like a brand. It's really not a brand. Really, it is a store that is geared towards people in the boating industry, because that's her base, that's her knowledge base. And people who have boats, they like to have the name on the boat, and they, you know, they get many of them, and they give them out to the people that go on the boat with them, and tote bags, and the long sleeve dry fit shirts. And so she has a specific demographic, but she's also out there also marketing and selling to her local people through her MakeATeeOnline store, which is called Liquid Blue Apparel. So one of her clients happens to be a store that makes sausages, and they have all of their apparel, and she's actually selling a lot to this store. I never even heard of the store before until because I don't eat sausages, but I never heard of the store before, but apparently it's a very popular store, and they're buying a lot of product. So the question is, now this is for the stores. What are our embroidery setup fees and costs for embroidery? Are they different based on color and size? And so these are questions that, let's say that you have, that Lori has, and probably Lori K has. And I know that Kelly, we've talked about embroidery with Kelly before. Omari, I don't know if you're into that or not yet. Okay. And we have a new person on the call today also. And so I don't know what your model is. I think it was the children's clothing. I believe it was a children's clothing. So, okay. So yeah. So when you have a logo, like say this logo Humphrey, which was one of our logos that we actually just digitized. When you have this logo, we provide the logo to a service that takes that logo and converts that artwork into stitches. Because I don't know if I can blow this up, if you can see it. Okay. I'm not really great with PowerPoint here. More of a designer than PowerPoint person, but we can blow this up. So you can kind of see that first Humphrey it was a JPEG, and then below that is the digitized version of what that logo will look like. So you can see that it's turning into stitches. Now, this is not something that a graphic artist has on their repertoire of graphic design programs. You don't digitize a file in Illustrator or CorelDRAW or or InDesign or Photoshop. You create this, it's called a DST or an EMB file. You create it in the specific programs that are made for these products. Okay, what is this? Oh, there's a magnifying glass on the top left. Thank you. Okay, here is the magnifying glass. Right there. Okay. Is that it? There it is. Thank you. Okay. Let me kind of scroll down here. Okay, so you can see, like, if you compare this, the H here, this is actually a virtual version of what this is going to look like. So if you have a logo that has these nice thick letters, this is where your embroidery is going to come out the best. If you have something that's going to be super thin, it's really hard to stitch that, to take a stitch on a sewing machine and stitch something that is going to be super thin. It could come out crooked. It can come out, it can come out like crazy looking, and it's not worth doing that for embroidery. You want embroidery to look clean and beautiful and nice, because embroidery evokes a much more upscale look. And usually it's on a nicer polo shirt. It's on an expensive polo shirt. You're not going to take a $30 polo shirt and make it look ugly. You want to make it look nice. So that's why embroidery is traditionally used on a on a product that is of a little bit more expense, and also maybe a tote bag, some things that you can't print. So what is the cost? So her question was, what is the cost for embroidery? So when you take this file and you turn it into stitches, which is called digitizing, it usually costs us as a business owner about, I don't think I've ever paid $20. Usually it's about, I pay about between $35 and $60, depending on the size of the logo and how much back and forth I'm going back with the digitizer to create that logo to look nice. So I like embroidery that, obviously, as you can tell by what I'm talking about, to look nice. So this is a one-time fee. So once you have that embroidery file set, and usually it's a specific size, well, it's not usually, it is always initially set up as a specific size. You can't enlarge it and reduce it. You can't go back and enlarge it and reduce it. Maybe like 5% you can, but you can't take a logo that's like this big, and then the next time you want to print it or embroider it and make it that big without having to re-digitize the logo. So we charge our customer base $55 for that logo. So we make a couple bucks on it, plus it's the time it takes for us to view it, futz with it, go back and forth, tell the customer, I need the logo to look like this, back and forth. Our time is valuable as well. But we keep that file, and it can be used over and over and over and over again. So whether you're embroidering 5 shirts or you're embroidering 5,000 shirts, all you need is one digitized logo to create that. Okay. I don't know if anybody has any questions on that. Let me know, interrupt me.
I have a question. So like sometimes like what, so if they want the picture, but they want that name, my name over there. Like, can I say this is my art, but you can't, this is my art, but the same thing you said on your site, like, how, sorry guys, my brain's like this, and like, so the first one I showed, the first one on your thing, so that's what that t-shirt, they have to like this, you is like, I can do the same thing you do, but the braiding thing. Sorry guys, I'm so
Okay.
in my brain's there.
Yeah, I'm not getting, wait, are you saying with your logo, with your signature?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So like that, but they want the you want the just the picture with my art there, like the like can how
Mm.
how like you know how people have like the pitch like they have just the art I think, but not like my name, but they don't want they just want the umac, but nothing else in there. Like how
Okay.
um
It sounds like what are you, okay, so are you asking, can we print your artwork and then embroider your name over that?
yeah.
Okay, that's what you're asking?
No, just umac, but nothing else.
Right, your signature.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just take your logo, your UMAC, your signature, and we can digitize that so that we can use that on products.
Okay.
Okay, now I think I wrote this down in one of my slides here. With every decoration process, there's always going to be an exception. So anytime I say that there's a rule for something in artwork and in creation and in printing, there's always a counteracting. So nothing is really set in stone. And whatever I say is happening today. Things could change tomorrow because with inventing and coming up with new things are constantly changing. So typically on a t-shirt, Amari, we wouldn't embroider on a basic t-shirt. People do it. I don't like it. I think that when you stitch a t-shirt with an embroidery needle, it leaves room for holes and it can tear. So I don't like that on a t-shirt. I like that more on a garment or some type of fabric that's going to be denser. So let's say it would be like a backpack or a patch or the front of a baseball cap, something that's a little bit thicker, that's going to have a backing to it. So like a lot of baseball caps, they have a backing on the inside, and that's better for stitching, because you think about the machine, the sewing machine, and on a t-shirt, it's a little bit of a looser fabric weave. So I would just print it. Now we could do other things that are going to make your t-shirt look kind of cooler or more unique, where we could print your t-shirt the way we digitally print, because Amari's artwork is full color, and we digitally print his t-shirts. We could do your logo in a foil or a flocking or something else that is going to be a little bit different than the print, so that your signature, your UMAC, stands out.
Right.
So we could do that. So like this shirt that I'm wearing right now, which I created just special for today's class. Lori wants one. Okay. And this is a foil. This is a floral foil. And we also, I'm going to show you guys, we made a matching, we made a matching hat. So this is pretty cool. And we also did it with the wording, a unique print shop, right there. Wait, I'm terrible at this. Okay.
I can't see. That's what I think my mom did that for her. Mom did my art with the same thing. So yeah.
Oh, right.
I want the same thing too.
I guess Lori's got the hat. Okay, all right. So now let's go down to the next slide. And that is, okay. Okay, what are all the printing methods? Okay, that is a scary question. What are all the printing methods? This is what I said before. It's important for you to know and understand only if you want to, because for every printing method, there are exceptions. And that's the first thing that I want you to understand. So we're gonna talk about apparel printing, because apparel printing, and then there's paper printing, and then there's mug printing, and there's all kinds of printing. But let's talk about apparel printing for this class right here. Okay, so we have screen printing. Okay, so you guys see what that screen printing is. Basically, it is a color that you can see the color. So here is an orange color, and there is that color going on first and is going through a screen, an actual screen. The negative space in this screen is blocked off, and the image that we want to appear on the t-shirt is, it has the screen open so that the ink can flow through that screen onto the garment. And the way this picture is showing screen printing is, I mean, there are automatic presses, but this is the way screen printing is done. The ink is put on the screen and a squeegee squeezes it through onto the garment. But you can spot the color. It is it's called spot color printing. There are many methods, again, back to where everything I'm going to say is going to have a contradiction. There are many methods of screen printing that master screen printers do, where they combine colors, they add additives to make the ink softer. There's all kinds of cool techniques that master screen printers know how to do and use to make your garment a certain way. But basic screen printing for the basic shirt, that when you go out to an event and they're handing out t-shirts, this is what you're getting, where you can spot the color. So a screen printed shirt would be, believe it or not, Lori's shirt is a screen printed shirt. Now she's got multiple colors on it. She actually has two blue colors. There's teal, a light one and a darker one, black and white. Oh, and gray, and there's a gray. It's a four color screen printed job. So each one of those colors were put on individually. First, because it's a black shirt, first it's a white underbase. Actually, there's probably two white underbases on there. And then the other colors go on top of it. So the colors have to be put on in a certain series of how the colors are, how they're going to look. On this one, the black was the last color to be put on there because that's the darkest color, and over printed over the other colors that were on there. Now, the reason that I'm saying the black was printed on that was because when we printed that shirt, we also printed white shirts. So if it's a black shirt, again, there's always going to be a but. If we were only printing black shirts, we wouldn't have had to use black ink. It would be the color of the shirt that was showing through. But when we were doing this print run, which was a large run of shirts at the time, we were throwing white shirts in there as well. So we had to print the color black. Okay, is everybody with me? Are you all with me? You're getting what I'm saying? Okay, all right, cool. Okay, then we have digital printing, DTG printing. And that is it like changed the world. Digital printing changed the world of printing paper, printing wallpaper, printing postcards, printing business cards, and then printing t-shirts. T-shirt printing with digital printing was after it was perfected for paper printing. I mean, everybody knows what digital printing is because you have your inkjet printers in your house and you're printing away, and whatever you see on the screen, whatever you see on a picture on your phone, those are all digitally printed. And that revolutionized the printing industry. If you Google the definition of printing, it's hundreds and hundreds and thousands of actually years of different methods, from letter presses to yeah, I mean, it's an interesting topic. Well, it's interesting for me because I'm in the printing business, so it's something I enjoy. But digital printing totally revolutionized everything. So we print your shirts, Kelly. We print your shirts, Amari. We print Lori, your shirts. When we do these on-demand prints, we print them digitally, and we have a couple DTG machines here. And we also are using another method called direct to film. And I actually have a little sample of direct to film. I can show you what that is. So instead of putting the t-shirt on the press, we actually put a piece of film on the press and we print on that piece of film. And for this one, we actually made tags for inside of the shirts for another one of our web stores. And then we can very easily print the tags, because we can print a multitude of tags. Like this one, we can make them smaller so we can fit more on the sheet. And we put them on the inside of the collar when we ship out your shirts to your customers. And that has made our ability, our business, to be able to make your products look a lot more professional and a lot more well, a lot more easier for the customer to look and see, oh, where did I get that shirt? They see it right there in the tag. It's a customer is always good to have. That is going to be a repeat customer, and you want that repeat customer. Okay, as much as you want new customers, you want that repeat customer. Okay, so we have digital printing. Does anybody have any questions on digital printing? No? Okay, so with digital printing, I'm going to say there are basically hardly any limitations on artwork that's provided to us, as long as we have a transparent background. One of the things that we have issues with are people supplying digital artwork to us where they take a screenshot from their phone, or they'll take something off of Google that doesn't belong to them, or they think that if they take a picture of something that's on a shirt, that they can give us that artwork. So we have the artwork on a shirt, and then the file is usually very tiny. We can't take it off that shirt that's in that picture that you sent to us. And we have to train people. It's our mission to train people to provide good artwork. That is the platform that I stand on when I become president of the art world, to have people supply good artwork to us. So, okay, all right, digital printing. Oh, the other thing, let me go back to digital printing. Digital printing works best on 100% cotton fabric. We print on a blend with digital printing. It doesn't come out as bright, but not all artwork needs to be so bright. We have tried to perfect that to the best of our ability. We have perfected it to a certain degree, but if you take 100% cotton shirt and a shirt that's a blend, and you print them using the same environments, the same settings, the one that has a blend in it is not going to be as vibrant and bright as the one that's going to be 100% cotton. And I know that this class, I was going to talk about a couple things that I think that you should know about. So somebody remind me at the end. I want to talk about some of the fabrics and the sustainability that I'm kind of excited to share with everybody. Okay, the next printing method we have, well, this is the DTF printing. I was just showing you a picture of it, how this is an inside tag. And we can fit maybe, like 20 images on the sheet that we can print. And we can hold on to them too. So we can print them one day and I don't have to use them that very second. Okay, then there is sublimation printing. And this is a pretty big major deal right now, sublimation printing. And this is how when you go to a store and you see a full print where it goes into the seam, where it's across the whole body of the shirt, the sleeves, the back. A good example would be bicycle riders. Bicycle riders will all wear those colorful shirts that have, they're fully printed and fully designed. Uniforms. I mean, Nike probably does, I would say Nike probably does maybe 65 to 75% of their stuff is probably sublimated. And you can tell because the underneath of the shirt is white. The underneath of the garment could be a tablecloth. A lot of tablecloths are sublimated. So if the underneath is white and the other side has color on it, then you know that is sublimation printing. So this picture of this machine right here is called a wide format. And that prints out on a wide format. That's probably like a 54 or 60-inch wide piece of material or piece of paper that is sublimated. And then they take that, and you can see that that's a pattern. That's basically a pattern for a shirt right there. There's this is the sleeves, this is the back or the front or whatever, and this may be a band, and this may be a collar. So there's a lot that goes into making that full color shirt, other than just, here's your shirt, here it's printed. I mean, we go through the stores and you look at them on the shelves and you don't really, people don't realize what goes into actually manufacturing everything. There's a lot of stuff that goes into manufacturing everything. My grandmother used to be a seamstress for, when she came over to this country, she was a seamstress and she worked in the factories sewing garments together. So there are really human people that still do sew garments. And it's, you know, they're all, it's done by hand and a sewing machine. Okay, so this is sublimation printing. Now we have a little sublimation printer here. We don't have that big wide format for our sublimation printing, but we still do sublimation printing and we print for our print on demand stuff. We make pillowcases. We can make a shirt front like this, and we can go about 14 inches wide. Sometimes we piece it together so we get a fuller print. So if we have a design here and it can be split, we can actually create something larger. We do a lot of coffee mugs here with print on demand. So Kelly does coffee mugs with her artwork. She sold coffee mugs with her artwork. And Amari, you have most of your stuff. I think maybe you did do one coffee mug. I don't remember, mostly t-shirts, but you have the opportunity to do other things with Memento Mori. We've done tumblers with Make Our School Safe. We've done probably almost everything with tote bags and I mean, just like stickers, like everything. But with sublimation printing, it is a full color print and they actually look really, really good because the way the ink that's used for sublimation is actually fused onto 100% polyester or a product that has a specific coating on it that accepts that ink, that sublimation ink. Sublimation ink was a proprietary product up until about a couple of years ago. So you could only buy that ink through a company called Sawgrass, but now they opened up, so other people are making sublimation inks. Currently, we only use Sawgrass inks. So we're getting a certain quality of our color in our print, and it is more expensive, but it has consistency to it. And right now I need consistency in my life. So we don't want to put out a product that's bad. That's our main goal is putting out nice work for our shirts, for your brands, for everything. Okay, so anybody have a question about sublimation printing? No questions. Okay, good. All right. Okay. I'm going to give you guys a test. All right. Now, okay. And again, let me go back again to sublimation printing. What I said before, sublimation printing, the opposite of direct to garment digital printing, sublimation printing needs to be done on 100% for t-shirts, for apparel, 100% polyester, 100% polyester. You can print a blend, but it will not last. It'll wash out. It only adheres to 100% polyester or something that has been coated with a chemical that accepts the sublimation ink. So you can't go to the dollar store and buy coffee mugs and sublimate those. It doesn't work. All right. I wish it did, but it doesn't. Okay. Our setup fees for all printing the same cost. Do they, meaning your customer, pay setup fees each time they order? Okay, so I guess I told Karen yes on that one. So what happens with screen printing, we actually make a piece of film and we hold on to that piece of film, but the screens that I showed you in that other picture, the screens are reused because they're big, bulky. And so screens are washed out. I mean, if you do something every week, you'll keep a screen, you still have to wash out the screen. So we still have to make a new screen, but once we have the film, we don't need another piece of film if your artwork is going to be the same. If we're digitally printing, there are no setup fees. There's nothing to take your image, print it if it's a digital print, as long as we don't have to do any artwork to it. That's why I said good artwork is what we need in life, the mission of people providing good artwork.
Meryl, maybe
Yes.
you need to explain what that means, like a high definition, what kind of logo, vector.
Okay, I will. Let me say goodbye to Ophir. Bye, Ophir. Thank you for being with us. And it's great to have a new person on our call as well. So I don't know if I can answer him here. Okay, I guess he left the meeting. Okay, I'll have to email him. Okay. Okay, yes, high definition. So when we create something, okay, so when we design something in our programs, we're designing that artwork so that we can use it for everything. So we've had our Make Our School Safe logo. We designed the Memento Mori logo. I know that now we didn't design the Make Our School Safe logo, but we were able to take the Make Our School Safe logo and then kind of recreate it and remake that logo to where we can change it 20 colors. So that's why we can do that with, I'll show you. We didn't want to show the crystal water here, but we're gonna have to do that. So we're able to take Make Our School Safe logo and make it so we can have it digitized and then make it so that we have it vectorized so that we can put other fills in it. We can cut vinyl with it. We can alter up the Make Our School Safe. Oops, wait, show this right. We can alter the Make Our School Safe logo so we can kind of change it to fit the color, the product, the event of what we need. Now this logo happens to be not hard to work with because it's text and straight lines. And that's super, super easy. With Kelly, she's not on the call, she had to leave early. With Amari, with your artwork is an illustration. So we took your illustrations and actually you uploaded them or your mom, somebody uploaded them in the back end. And we still have to take some of the stuff that you provide and we have to beef it up a little bit for the quality. I can't separate your colors because your colors are all, you drew them all together. So because it's an illustration, I don't want to separate your colors, by the way, but I can't separate your colors. So I can't take like a black line and a blue line and separate those colors so that we could print any other way. We have to print your artwork either digitally or sublimation. And your stuff that you provided us was, I'm going to say, if the level is high of good quality and the level is low at bad quality, yours was kind of like above the middle. So there's a little bit of forgiveness in some of that, and it's only because of however it was scanned in. Now, if we had your original artwork and we scanned it in here, we would have a better quality, but still your stuff is coming out good. So we've beefed up your quality. So what Lori is saying, when we're provided with stuff, it's best to have a high resolution. So a high resolution would be when you look at the numbers on the file that's saved, if it says something like 17 kilobytes, that is not a high resolution. We need something that we need the original artwork file. So for something that is going to be artwork like Amari's or Kelly's full color designs, the more original the artwork, the better quality it is. When you have artwork that you provide for a website or something for Facebook or Instagram that's going to load, that artwork, you want to have it as a lower resolution because you want it to load fast. So that's artwork that you would shrink down. Now, a lot of people, they provide that artwork to us like, oh, I saw this, like, for example, like the artwork for the tennis or for the golf event. Those were low resolution because somebody designed it. And I'm sure you were happy that somebody designed it. And then they provided it to us, and parts of that artwork were fuzzy and parts of that artwork were clean. Some of them I was able to separate it and recreate it with no problem because I already have the Make Our School Safe logo. but other parts of that artwork were, you know, it was just, you know, to me, I wish it was better. I wish it was better artwork. There are many programs that are out there that are free programs where you can download what we used to call clip art. I guess it's still called clip art, where you can look for things like, you know, like generic things. Like, let's say if it's like a golf ball or a tennis racket or a Christmas tree. And some of those free sites are, you can go to PNG Tree and you can get free artwork. You can go to Vecteezy and get free artwork. There's a lot of sites that have free artwork. A free pick, you can get free artwork. Some of the artwork actually is pretty nice. Some of it you can use for backgrounds, some of it you can use for social media purposes. And we can usually print some of that. Now, sometimes people give us stuff from Canva. Canva is a great designing tool. It's great, but it's also great for sharing on the internet and websites. It's not really great for printing. So if we're going to be printing postcards or something that you really need a good quality and a high definition, it's not really good. Or if you have artwork like Amari, your artwork is good for a t-shirt. I don't know if I could take that artwork and make it into a 4x6 banner, because if I blow it up, the quality would be, it would be called pixelated. So the quality, you would see little dots in that. From far away, you could see it, but if you're like driving, let's say you're driving past a banner, it may not look so good. So if somebody like your artwork, let's say you're going to present it someplace, let's say hopefully you're going to be in an art show, and you want to make a banner or a poster, we may need to get your original drawings and scan those in it with a really good scanner. And so we get a high resolution picture, or, you know, since you're, you know, not here locally with us, you would take it to somebody that would scan that in a high resolution so that you can have the quality to enlarge it, you know, to a certain degree. Okay. And that would come under the question of, there is most likely art fees when you need certain services. So if there's somebody's going to provide something, the artwork looks good and we print it, there's no art fees. We just take that and we print it. But if we have to play with it, or if an artist has to play with it, or a graphic designer has to play with it, then we do charge art fees for that. Okay. Next thing is, she was asking about artwork and loading an image. And this is how some of the products on your MakeATee stores, on your own stores, have the ability for embroidery, and some of them don't. So if you had a product that you want to show the customer embroidery, well, this didn't come out very good, but there is an embroidery. It'll give you that option for uploading an embroidered file on there. Okay, how do I reduce this now? Okay, 100%. Okay, the next question. Was that my last one I had here? Okay. All right. So I think I had some copy and paste. I must have not saved the other questions that were on Karen's list. So we have about 20 more minutes here. And let me go back to, it's just us, Natel, Amari. All right, I'm going to go to, so Amari, since you're on right now, let's go to your store. Okay. Now, have you logged into your store lately?
Not so far, no.
Okay, all right. What's that? You can't get in? Okay, Natel's saying she can't get into her store. So,
What's your store name?
her store is Green Turtle Teas. Let's go into Natel's store. Okay, so Natel, so you go to your store. And let me check and see what your login is. Everyone's going to know her login here. Okay. I have to block this out here. It's probably Green Turtle Teas. Well, okay. Okay, the account details. Okay, so to log in, it is. Okay, your username is Green Turtle Tees, one word with a capital G, T, and T. And I'm just going to change your password to your name. Okay, so your password is your name. Okay, all right. Okay, nobody write that down. All right. Okay, so now we're going to go back to UMac. Oops, where is it? Right. Okay, all right, so here is your store. And let's show everybody who's here and in YouTube land. This is Amari's store, and this is Amari's artwork that he has. So your store is super easy for people to buy from because, and we need your I know you have Instagram now, right? So we have to add your Instagram here. And the way for you to add Instagram is you need to log into your store and you click edit this page. And you scroll down here where the Instagram is, follow us on Instagram. And you see where that little Instagram thing is there. You click on here, your Instagram gallery settings, and you put the name of your Instagram in here.
Yeah, that's it right there.
That's it. Okay. And I don't know why it's not on there. And let me hit OK. Maybe you did it. Do you have content on that?
Yeah.
Yours? Okay. Maybe it's not the right.
Oh, let me check where it is.
Okay, maybe it's a wrong password or something. I don't want to do it on my thing. You can do it on yours, okay? Because then you'll put in the you got to put in your password.
I can send it to you that way.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to do it. Maybe when we're off the call, we'll do it, okay? I don't want to do it. I don't want to do your password on, because this is going to go onto YouTube, then everybody will know your password for your Instagram. So we'll do it afterwards, okay?
Okay.
All right, after we're not recording, okay? All right, but this is how you do it. You put that in there and then your Instagram should come up on there. Okay, so here are your shirts and here's your artwork. And I'm going to go into this decorated product listing here. And this is going to show that there's 16 products per page, your different categories, display your products. This is all the categories. And we have take a peek. Now you can change this if you want to, you know, Amari Originals or UMac Originals or whatever it is that you want it to say that you think are going to get more sales. But one of the things the reason I came back here to show you on this store is that when you click on here, now I have the colors down here. You can't click on here to see the colors. So I may change that. And I'm going to show you how I changed it on another site, which I think it makes it easier for people to make a purchase. They click on the shirt. Oh, wait a minute, wait, I'm in the design tool. Okay, wait, let's do preview here. Okay. All right, I'm one of those people that have a million tabs up here. Okay, so you go to either start shopping or let's say I like this shirt, balanced. Okay, so here is your shirt, and then, you know, people can change the color of the shirt here, and then they make that purchase. Okay, I think it is kind of important for a brand that we need to put your signature on everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take a note of that. We're going to have to go back and we need to put your signature on everything because people want to wear your brand.
Right.
Okay, and they can, if they want, go in here to customize, and they can, you know, they can, whatever, they can change the color of the shirt here as well. They can change the product here. Click on product, change product. And let's say somebody wants it on a lady's tank top. You can put it on a lady's tank top. Okay, it's coming out small on there. They just make it bigger. And there is their design on this lady's, not tank top, but lady's crew neck shirt. Okay, so that's the cool thing. And this is what we need to teach our customers that they can do. They can go in there and they can change the garment to whatever it is that they like. Change the product to a tank top. Okay, there it is on a tank top. So one of the things that we did was, because not every product is that easy for people to find right away. And this is something that we did back in the software. I put the first products that come up when you do this, I called them top picks. So we picked the most popular products and we put them in the list there. And these are our top selling products. So we have kind of an assortment. We have the basic shirt. We've got a premium shirt. We've got a lady shirt. We have a tank top. We have a hoodie. We have a hat. We have a coffee mug. So this is the basic of what the people are buying. These items right here. Most people are buying these items right now. So this is the first thing they see, and it's easier for them to see, and it's easier for them to see what they want, which is what we want to provide, what they want. Okay. And I will show you where we did this, because I know that there are people that are going to be watching this who have their Deconetwork stores, and I may be telling them something that they already know, which probably I am. And this is here. This is where we have our products. So we have all our products here, and we call these top picks. And we can switch out. We can swap out easily. So if we go into another season where, let's say we see everybody's buying racerback tank tops, we can stick a racerback tank top on there, and that product will pop up kind of first. We like to keep the basic unisex Gildan t-shirt for the first t-shirt, because that is going to be the basic t-shirt that everybody will start out with seeing. And that is actually at the best price point for people, so that they don't get scared away. Some other sites like Memento Mori, they want a higher quality product. So on theirs, you're going to see a CVC shirt or a tri-blend shirt, because people want a different quality. But on a basic shirt, everybody basically wants to start out with what are my options here. So we offer this wide range of stuff. Okay, all right. Now I'm going to show you what we did for Memento Mori, which I think would be a really great idea for you. Okay, so with Memento Mori, and actually Memento Lori has not even seen this yet, so she doesn't even know what we did here. All right, so we added her page because we're trying to find these workarounds with social media and how to go from an Instagram page or a Facebook page directly to shop. And we created a page. Currently it's called customer experience, but really I want to have something a little bit more compelling than the words customer experience. And we're able to put a nice picture here. And we're going to have your heading here. This is going to be like a testimonial page. So here is one of her customers wearing a shirt, and on social media, I'm trying to direct her in social media to share this page once we have all of the pictures on here. And these are going to be actual people wearing the shirts, which I want to do for you too. And so then when you share this page, when you click on this product, let's preview it right here. And we're going to have, I don't know what his name is, but, so-and-so, from blah, 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 and his testimony here. And then we'll have a keyword word here that would be important for that shirt. So when you preview that page, and when we market this page, you click on the picture here, Here, look, Lori, you click on the picture here
Mhm.
and the picture, and then this is going to go straight to that product.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Excellent.
right. So it's going to go straight to that product so somebody can buy it. So if we just promote that one page that has real people on it in real situations that are really wearing the shirt, then that would be a really good way to sell to the people that are interested in your work, in your work, in your mission, in your design, and whatever it is, whatever feeling that you're selling, that's what we want to, that would be a really good way, because you're connecting with that other person that is wearing that as well. Okay.
Great.
So Amari, so your store, similar to Lori's store, is, about a message. Yours is about, why you're doing your artwork. And I can't stress enough this, to get your message out, because then people want to care about what you're doing and care about why you're doing it. Okay?
Yeah.
You may think differently, but
No.
that's how other people think. They want to care about what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Natel, did you get into your store?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Natel, do you have any questions? I had to make Natel not turn on her sound here, because then we would get that reverberation sound. So, okay. So, Lori, do you have any other comments, questions?
You're awesome, Meryl.
Thank you. So are you. You're Superwoman. Amari, do you have any other questions?
Not, no, not really. I mean, just I'm following what's going on, and kind of like the what the idea about like the what who was here before he left, about the like the filming and stuff like that, and so how to change, so it's like people like, 'cause I'm trying to do it like I have a card like, oh, send it to anyone, but seeing another way, so
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you, and you're on Facebook as well, right?
yes.
Okay. So do you know that you can actually take, let's go back to your page. Okay. Okay. So here is I'm going to go into preview, and I'm going to pick your favorite design here, which is your favorite design?
Well, oh no, I like simple.
Simple. Okay, let's go. We're gonna click on simple. Okay. Okay, now, you can go up here. You also have these things here. You can tweet it, share it, like it, pin it on Pinterest. Okay, but you can go up here. You can click on this URL.
Mhm.
Okay, wait. You right click on it, so you're copying the URL.
Mm.
You can go to your Facebook page. Let's go to Facebook. We'll go to our Facebook page here. And this is my personal Facebook, so I'll go to the MakeATeeOnline Facebook page. Dum, dum, dum. Okay, oh my goodness, all these friend requests I got here. Okay. So, okay, wait. Have here. Okay, Facebook is being weird with me right now. All right, I'll do it on my page here. Okay, so we'll go here, and I'm gonna right click here. I'm gonna paste that in there, and I'm going to post it.
Okay.
Okay, so now all my friends can see this. And now I can also edit it. And I could say, I have to learn how to spell first. Take a look at one of our store owners and his artwork. Read his story. Read his story. Okay, and I can save that. And then people will come to my page and they'll see it and they click on it and they'll just go right to your product and they can buy it.
Nice.
And then I could go to your about page. And I can copy your about page, go back here. I can comment here. And I can put your about page in there. And then people can just go click on that. There you go. And so people now all of my friends that read my stuff are going to now read about you. Okay. All right. All right. So, all right. I hope you have some thick skin because you may get some comments there. So, okay.
Yeah, because sometimes when I did my volunteer, I have a t-shirt all the time, and it was like, oh, what did this? Like, I did this, and so I always have it on sometimes. So
Okay. Okay. All right. So this is so easy. So that's so easy to do this, right?
right.
All right. Now I want everybody that's listening here to comment on this page. Okay. All right. All right. So I'm going to wait a minute. I'm going to end this, but I'm already stay on. I'm going to end the recording here. Wait a minute. How do I get back here? This is where I need Roberto here. I got to end this now. And we go stop your sharing screen. Stop the sharing. Let's go back here. And I'm going to end the recording. I'm going to upload this to our YouTube channel, but Amari, stay on and we'll do your Instagram page. Okay. All right. So I want to thank everybody for joining us on Apparel Masterminds 10. I'm really proud of that. 10. Again, I want to thank everybody for their support at Deconetwork and Gilded Apparel and all of my amazing friends. I don't call them customers because they're all friends, everybody. And I love you all. And thank you all for being here. Thanks to Lori for joining me and making me feel comfortable in the recording. And to Natel and Nero for coming all the way from the Bahamas to be in our Apparel Masterminds class. They're hiding in the background. And for everybody that attended, and of course to Roberto and for all the work that he does with us. So, okay, everybody, next time. See you later. Amari, don't go away.
Okay.